One of the highlights of CES is always seeing what cool concept pieces Razer is cooking up. They very often have prototype designs that are very cool and flashy, but may or may not ever come out in stores. This year, however, we've got two new products here that are definitely coming out. One of them very soon, one of them a little bit later. First up is the new version of the Razer Blade Advanced 15. It's the same 15-inch gaming laptop that I loved so much in 2018, but this new version, while it looks the same from the outside, inside it has Nvidia's new RTX graphics cards, the 2060, the 2070 Max-Q, and the 2080 Max-Q, all in a very slim body. And also new in this revamped version, new webcam here, an IR camera that supports Windows Hello facial recognition login. I always like seeing that in a laptop. Of course, getting new RTX parts does not always come cheap. This guy's going to start at $22.99 for the 2060 model and go all the way up to $29.99 if you want the full 2080 Max-Q version with all the trimmings. Now here's something that kind of looks like one of Razer's famous concept pieces, but is actually coming out in the first half of this year. It is the Razer Raptor monitor. It's a 27-inch display, gives you a lot of mobility, 2560 by 1440, very flexible hinge. It's built on top of a single aluminum gigantic stand piece that not only makes it very stable, gives you a place to route all your cables. This big stand does such a good job at routing your cables that Razer gives you a set of these green cables that route right in through there, plug into all the plugs, come out through the back, and each one of them terminates in a USB-A or USB-C or an HDMI, and you can just plug in whatever part you need without having to get down there under it and plug in and unplug stuff manually every time you want to change something. Of course, since it's a Razer, it's got Chroma lights right there on the bottom, and it will work in sync with your Chroma lights on your laptop or your keyboard or your mouse pad or anywhere else like that. So if you have everything together, just turn off the lights and enjoy the show. We've seen a lot of Razer concept pieces in the past that have been great to look at and fun to play around with, but have never actually come out. This guy is coming out in the first half of 2019 for a very reasonable $699. But wait, I've got one more surprise for you. It's not part of the Razer Blade 15 Advanced that's coming out later in January, but Razer did show off two prototype screens that may come in future versions of this. One was a 240Hz screen, which looked fantastic, and one was a 4K OLED screen. You almost never see an OLED screen in a laptop, but I really think it's the holy grail, especially for gaming laptops. If that OLED version ever comes out, I'm going to be very excited.